Hey guys, so today I wanted to talk about one of the best ways to make money in Pokemon right now, especially if you don't have access to distribution. You don't have the capital to buy Japanese boxes, and I think it's pretty undersaturated, maybe a little bit. It's definitely better than sealed product, and it's graded cards. Like, I just want to give an example because of what I just experienced. Like, this is a $5,000 to $6,000 card that I paid like $5 to $10 for and graded for another $10, and there you go. Well, I bought it in a collection, which is why it was so cheap. But like realistically, this card goes for about a couple $100. But even when you're grading, after you grade it, you like more than 10x your money, which is why it's so worth it to do this. Especially if you just look at the card. It's not that hard to at least pick out the 9s and 10s. You might not be able to tell the difference between a 9 and a 10, but at least you can tell the difference between an 8 and a 9, you know? Like, what is near mint and what is lightly played. And that's just a few. Like, these are one of the biggest hitters that I've gotten from my return. Like, we got this one from Breakthrough. It's it's a fuller. It's a couple $100. Again, paid like $5-10, and the raw price isn't even that much. Like, I would say under 100, I believe. Well, definitely under 100, maybe $10-20. I'm not too sure though. And you grade it in a 10, and it's worth so much, especially because the pop is so low. So if you can buy like older collections and you grade them in a 10, like this Mewtwo is worth like $1,000, and the grading fee is like $10, $15 when you grade in bulk. And that's why I think it's such a great way to make money when you're starting out. And that's because, first, anyone can buy collections. You can buy collections, sell some of them as raw cards, and grade the good ones, right? And also, what I just experienced is, if I was listing these cards on eBay, and because that's where most of, like 90% of graded cards are sold, especially for Pokemon, and most of my cards didn't have many listed. Maybe like 2 or 3 other sellers had them listed for most of them. But what I found out was, after I listed them, within the first day, 6 have sold, and that's about $1,000 worth of cards that sold already. Though I did list like 100, but I got so much interest, like offers. I got pretty good offers, like maybe like $30 off of the $250 asking price. It's not a bad offer. And what I'm saying is there's interest there. That means there is demand, even though the supply is significantly lower compared to, you probably will list a box on eBay. Let's say you're listing your Destined Rivals booster box, and you probably won't get the sale because someone is selling it for lower than you. There's 1,000 other sellers, and even though there's more buyers, comparatively there is less supply. There's way less supply for the amount of demand that graded cards have, if that makes sense. So even though sealed product always will have more demand, it still is, in a ratio of supply to demand, there is way less supply to demand of graded cards, which is why it would be easier for you to sell. And it's so easy to get in. It's a low barrier to entry. That's why it's like a revelation for me. Like, why is it so good that it's a low barrier to entry but also unsaturated? Because most low barrier to entry items are really saturated, but you can literally go on Facebook Marketplace and buy a good collection in near mint condition, grade all the good ones, and sell a couple singles, or just grade all of them and sell them for a significant profit. And now that PSA has cleared up most of their backlog, you can get the cards back within a month or two, which is not too bad a turnaround time. It's still less capital than if you were to buy 10 cases of booster boxes when the market is slow. And if you look at it, so many LGSs do it now. They do singles and do graded cards because they're high margin items. If you can pick it, which it won't take you too long. This is my first submission and I got many 10s. It won't take you too long to identify what's lightly played, what's near mint, because the distinction is pretty big. That's why I think it's an undersaturated way. You can 10x your money in 10, and in a 9 you'll probably double or triple your money, and then if you get anything lower than, you'll probably break even. Very rare. Only with the older cards, like the black and white, the XY cards, where the raw price is higher than an 8. That's usually the only exception. For most modern, pretty much any modern card, you grade it. First of all, you're pretty likely to get a 10 because quality control is way better now. Like if you grade, like I literally just, what I did was I opened a bunch of ETBs, and for the promos I just graded them. I didn't look at them, I just graded them all, and they all got 10s except one of the Mewtwo's from a Pokemon Go ETB. It didn't get a 10. That's it. That's the only one that didn't get a 10. But all the good ones, the Charmander from Obsidian Flames, the Pikachu from Paldea Evolve, they all got 10s, and it's great. I didn't even look at them, I just submitted them because quality control is so good now. And in fact, the modern cards sell pretty much I would say they sell better than the older cards. So if you even buy a modern collection and grade it, you probably will make money. And it's like, you don't need to be smart, you don't need that much money. You could buy a small collection, do a small submission, and you can make money. It's undersaturated, and you don't need any platform. Sell it directly on eBay. That's where most of the, you can even get it consigned. You could send it to someone. There's many platforms that do it. There's a couple of big ones. Just search it up on Google, send it to them, or list it yourself. And it's literally cheap to ship too. It's not hard to ship. You just need a bubble mailer and buy an eBay label. It's simple. So yeah, that's what I recommend, honestly, after what I just experienced, because it was my first time grading. Well, I had them graded for a while, but I just listed them, and it's a great method. From my experience, it's great. You could most likely buy a collection and without even looking at it and sell it and make money if it's a near mid collection. So if you're starting out and you don't have much capital, look into some collections on local marketplaces and find the good condition ones and just grade them and try to flip. You could just try it. Start out with like maybe 10-20 cards and see if you make a profit, because it's not, if you're not making a profit, you're probably doing something wrong, because it's undersaturated and it's pretty easy to get into. It doesn't take that much money. The grading fees aren't that much. So try it out. Let me know how it goes. Let me know if you think this is a bad idea, but honestly, from my experience, it's been a great idea. I did like 200-300 cards, and it's been doing great. I spent like 3,000 grading fees, and already in the first day of listing them, I got 1,000 back from selling 6 cards out of the 300. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. But yeah, subscribe if this is helpful at all, and yeah, join the journey. See you guys.